True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report.
Hello, Blue Crew Nation. Welcome back to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, your channel for exclusive news and analysis on our beloved Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm your host, and as always, I'm bringing you hot, verified information in the best style you've come to expect. Before we dive into today's bombshell news, which is set to shake the foundations of the MLB this offseason, I ask that if you are a true Dodgers fan and want to stay ahead of the curve with serious, direct analysis, please subscribe to our channel right now. Activate notifications so you don't miss a single detail, a single move from our team. Your subscription is crucial for me to continue bringing this exclusive content directly to you. All right, let's get down to business, because the market is about to catch fire, and the Dodgers, as usual, are positioned at the center of it all. Today's topic is a name that could redefine our outfield and the top of our batting order for the next decade: Kyle Tucker. Sources close to league movements indicate that the race for the outfielder, who will soon be an unrestricted free agent, will be one of the most contested in recent years. And according to a contract projection recently released by the respected journalist Joel Reuter of Bleacher Report, we're talking about astronomical numbers. The forecast is for a 10-year contract worth $350 million. Yes, you heard that right. $350 million. This deal would place Tucker among the highest-paid players in baseball history, with an average annual value, AAV, that would position him alongside giants like Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and Mike Trout. It's an elite tier, reserved for athletes who change the destiny of a franchise. Now, let's analyze what this means for the Dodgers. At 28 years old, Tucker is in his physical and technical prime. Despite a 2025 season that some analysts considered below average by his standards, he still produced solid numbers: 133 hits, 22 home runs, and 73 RBIs. Make no mistake, a down year for Kyle Tucker is still an all-star year for most players in the league, and that's precisely why the interest is so high. We're talking about a player who has been to the All-Star Game 4 times, who has Silver Slugger and Gold Glove awards on his shelf, and more importantly, who knows what it takes to win, having conquered the 2022 World Series with the Houston Astros. His combination of power at the bat, discipline at the plate, speed on the bases, and elite defense in the outfield makes him the complete package. The Dodgers front office, led by Andrew Friedman, is known for its calculated approach, but also for its audacity in decisive moments. They don't hesitate to invest heavily when the right opportunity presents itself, and Kyle Tucker is, without a doubt, that opportunity. The question lingering in the air at Chavez Ravine is, will they be willing to enter a bidding war that, according to my sources, will include big market teams with deep pockets like the San Francisco Giants, our division rival, Steve Cohen's New York Mets, and possibly even the New York Yankees? The competition will be fierce, but the Dodgers have the resources and the need. The addition of an elite left-handed hitter like Tucker would bring much-needed balance to our lineup, creating an absolutely terrifying offensive trio alongside Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. Tucker's ability to generate runs, whether with a home run or a stolen base, fits perfectly with the aggressive and multifaceted offensive philosophy the Dodgers aim to implement. The negotiation won't be simple and will require a long-term financial commitment, but the potential impact of having a talent like Kyle Tucker, wearing Dodger blue throughout his prime, is something our front office is certainly evaluating very carefully at this very moment. The depth of the analysis on the potential signing of Kyle Tucker by the Dodgers goes far beyond his impressive numbers and the stratospheric value of the contract. We need to discuss the strategic impact that a move of this magnitude would have on the entire team structure. A $350 million investment in a single player redefines not only the payroll, but also the franchise's long-term planning. The Dodgers front office operates on a model of sustainability, even with one of the highest payrolls in the league. This means that every dollar invested must generate a clear return on the field, translated into wins and, ideally, World Series titles. Tucker's arrival would force a reconfiguration of our outfield. Players like James Outman and Andy Pages, who have shown potential, would have their roles re-evaluated. Tucker would unquestionably take one of the starting spots, likely right field, either moving Mookie Betts back to the infield more permanently or creating a defensive flexibility that few teams in the MLB possess. The lineup, which is already one of the most feared, would gain a new dimension. The presence of a left-hander with Tucker's ability to post a high on-base percentage, OBP, and slugging power, SLG, between Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman would be a nightmare for any opposing pitcher. This would create even more favorable matchup situations and protect our main hitters, increasing the offensive efficiency of the entire unit. However, a 10-year contract for a player who will turn 29 at the start of next season carries its risks. MLB history is filled with mega contracts that have not aged well. The analysis by the Dodgers front office, and mine here for you, must be meticulous. We would be betting that Tucker's work ethic, his athletic ability, and his baseball IQ will allow him to maintain an elite level of production until he is 38. The slight dip in his 2025 numbers needs to be thoroughly investigated. Was it a statistical anomaly, a consequence of minor undisclosed injuries, or the beginning of a trend? My sources within the market suggest the general perception is that it was an outlier and that Tucker remains a generational talent. His ability to combine contact, power, and speed is a rarity. Furthermore, his Gold Glove-winning defense would bring a security to the outfield that was inconsistent at times last season. He is not just an elite hitter, he is a complete player who impacts the game in all facets. The competition for his services will essentially be a referendum on the future of the teams courting him. For the Giants, it would be a direct answer to the Dodgers' big investments. For the Mets, an affirmation of Steve Cohen's financial power. For the Dodgers, it would be the final piece, the checkmate move to solidify a dynasty and pursue multiple World Series rings in the next decade. The window of opportunity for our current core, with Betts, Freeman, and other stars, is open now. The addition of Kyle Tucker would not just be a luxury, it would be a declaration of intent, a signal to the entire league that the Dodgers are absolutely, unequivocally committed to winning. The situation is clear. Kyle Tucker is the top prize of free agency, a talent capable of transforming a contender into a clear-cut title favorite. The projection of a 10-year, $350 million contract is a reflection of his value and the heated market. For the Dodgers, the question is not whether they can afford it, but whether the long-term bet on Tucker is the smartest strategic move to ensure supremacy for the next decade. The potential to form one of the best offenses in baseball history is real and tempting. Now, I want to hear from you, the Blue Crew. Should the Dodgers front office go all in and offer whatever it takes to bring Kyle Tucker to Los Angeles? Or do you believe a contract of this magnitude is too risky and that the resources should be allocated differently? Leave your opinions in the comments below. Let's start a serious, in-depth debate about the future of our team. And don't forget, for more exclusive news, detailed analysis, and insider information, subscribe to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report. Hit the bell to get updates as soon as they drop. Stay tuned, because this offseason promises to be one of the most eventful in our history.